Night beginning to fall over Southern California, but the lights are shining bright here at the spectacular SoFi Stadium in metropolitan Los Angeles. But tonight we begin Week 8 with a good matchup for you here, as it'll be the Minnesota Vikings taking on the LA Chargers. About set to begin another week of football, and happy to have you along. We are underway on Thursday night primetime. And not much happening on the return as he'll get these to about the 23. They'll start the drive with a carry by Jones. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. 12 yards on the gain. A great start for this offense. This running game so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead them to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week, and right now we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the first. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Again, it's Jones. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10. At the 46-yard line.
Jefferson going to go in motion right. McCarthy, he'll set to throw it. Complete to Addison on the out route. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. When you talk about the defense for these Chargers, they've had their trouble stopping the run, Charles. Currently 29th in the NFL in that department.
And this group talks all the time about wanting to be better, getting stronger against the run. And to me, it all starts up front. You've got to win the line of scrimmage in order to play against the run very well.
Well, I'm quite sure that they envisioned a much better start to this game when they practiced all week. But they failed on that 3rd down play. That brings up 4th down, and they'll probably have to punt it away.
Going for it, here's McCarthy. Going underneath, he's got Hockenson. Dances by him. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. 21 yards there. A big play on 4th down. So after the big play on 4th, here's 1st and 10. Jefferson going to go in motion right. Here's a fake on the jet sweep, and they'll look to throw it on play action. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. Now McCarthy. Now a run here off the RPO. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. He couldn't get away. He'll wind up losing a dozen yards, a 12-yard loss, and it brings up 3rd. Now this now, play number 9 on the opening drive, but it's 3rd and long. On play action, now McCarthy. Addison hauls it in. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And it'll be 4th down.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game. But it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go and make the tackle right away.
They'll indeed go. Here's McCarthy. Pass to the sideline, pulled in. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. So after the big play on 4th, here's 1st and 10. They go back to the ground with Jones. And this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage. Back at the 17. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
2nd and 12 at the Chargers' 17-yard line.
Looking to throw McCarthy. And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down. We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a 1st down. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Oliver. And he is out of bounds, getting it down to the 10. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And that'll bring up 4th down. And his kick here is good. And the Vikings have a 3-0 lead. All in all, a pretty decent opening drive, Charles. Pretty balanced. They had the passing game going and the rushing attack, too.
I would think they have to be happy with that start because you get your ground game going, which means your offensive line and your runners are pretty happy, and then you get your aerial attack going as well. So your quarterback and receivers have smiles on their faces. Now both up to speed, awaiting their next possessions for this game. They can't wait to get started again.
Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. Oh, his first throw of the game going to be intercepted. Picked off by Lewis Cine. And this, Charles, definitely not what they were wanting to see. Remember, he threw 3 interceptions in the loss last week, and now he gives the ball away again here in the very first quarter.
And you have to think that this was drilled into him all week, too, by his teammates, by his coaching staff. They've told him all week long, we've got to protect the football. They probably crossed that fine line with giving him the right advice and saying it too much. And it turned out that it got into his head a little bit.
3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. The Vikings with the football here to begin the second quarter, as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Throwing is McCarthy. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
Throw to the right, hauled in by Addison. 5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5.
Simple drag route here, lined up out left and tried to work his way back across the field. You probably saw me twitch there, partner, because I think he wanted the ball a little bit sooner. By the time he looked it in, defender was right on him.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This will be 3rd and 5. Here's McCarthy. He's got his tight end over the middle, T.J. Hockenson. And this offense has converted twice already here in this first half on 4th down conversions. And here we and hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. And picked up by the Chargers. And he takes it back to the house. It's a fumble recovery and a Charger touchdown. For the extra point, Cameron Dicker. Oh, and now they're going to fake it. And this is caught out in the left field. And he gets in. So no one was expecting a fake there, but they add 2 more onto their lead.
All right, partner, one more time. Our whole lives, you put it on the 3-yard line, kick the extra point. 2015, they put it on the 15 to kick the extra point. 2016, they said, we're leaving it there. So if you want to fake it, that's a long way to go. And they got it done.
I was going to say, they have a 15-yard play in their back pocket.
You don't see that on too many play sheets, do you?
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And they've got to be still reeling from the events of a moment ago. What a turn on that last play.
You're knocking on the door.
And the Chargers will have solid field position here as they take over at their 45-yard line.
The Chargers take over 1st and 10.
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at the 45. After the turnover, here's Herbert. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes. But the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
Here's Herbert. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. 22 yards on the catch and run, a first down.
And it's a real luxury when you have a guy who can turn a short throw into a solid gain at any moment. Once he caught that ball, he ID'd where the open grass was and got there in a hurry to pick up a new set of downs for his offense.
From the shotgun, here's Herbert. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. The Chargers now at 2-5 to start play. Charles, they were losers last time out. What do you think they need to do differently here?
I don't think it needs to be as drastic as burning up last week's game tape or not watching it, but the attitude has to be what's done is done. Let's move on. Put that behind them, galvanize themselves, and go forward and get a win in this one. Another nice play there. They've gotten down into the red zone in no time at all. That's what this offense can do when they get on a roll. And now they're set up with a 1st and 10.
On the ground, this is Omarion Hampton. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
At the Vikings 12-yard line.
Justin Herbert looking to pass. Incomplete.
Not too many things get to a quarterback of this magnitude, but I think it's safe to say that pressure can get to any quarterback.
And he's obviously a great franchise quarterback, but felt the pressure, threw it incomplete.
Hey, Ram. 59, 21.
From the gun, Herbert on 3rd down. He's got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Chargers. Lamb McConkey, his first touchdown on the year. And they are able to add on to their advantage. Extra point up and good by Dicker. And it gives his guys a 12-point advantage.
Vikings 3.
Here's Dicker now as he'll send this one away. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. Got a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
A short gain of just over 2 yards as the first half clock dips inside of 3 minutes. They'll see about converting this 3rd and 8. To the air with McCarthy. And that's going to be incomplete.
That's an excellent job right there on 3rd down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a first down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's 4th down.
So here we go. The offense is going to stay out there. They're going for it on 4th and 8. They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Chargers will get the football back in excellent field position. Herbert. That ball caught by Campbell. And Takes it in for a Charger touchdown. A great play there. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Chargers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point up and good by Dicker. And that will make this a 19-point game. So after the touchdown, here's Dicker out to kick this one off. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. Charles, we know that this offense is aggressive. We saw that last drive. They went for it on 4th down, didn't get it. Then they give up the touchdown. So now you feel like they really need to respond here.
They certainly do, but let's face it, sometimes when you take that risk, you understand if you fail, a little more onus goes back on your ball club to try to pick themselves back up.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. From the 41, here's a 2nd and 4. Back to throw. McCarthy. This is caught by Addison. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. They get 14 there. First down, Vikings. On play action, McCarthy. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. Going underneath, he's got Hawkinson. And he's going to get this inside the 30. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays. Back to throw now on first down. Completes this to Addison out left. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4.
Brings up 2nd and 5.
They'll go play action. Here's McCarthy. Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. An extra defensive back on the field for the Chargers now on 3rd down. McCarthy off the play fake. He'll try and do this himself. Short throw caught by the tight end Oliver. And they're going to stop him short of the first down as he's tackled at about the 21. Now the Vikings will send out the special teams crew here for a field goal try.
A 38-yard attempt.
And his kick is indeed good. And that'll get the deficit back to 16. So the 3 points here, they're still down, but they put somewhat of a dent into that lead going into the break.
Anything helps when you're trying to chip away at a lead, but they do know that they're going to need a little bit better effort in the second half.
Will Reichert to kick off for the Vikings.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this one definitely not in the landing zone. In fact, it's over the back line of the end zone. So this ball will come out to the 30 now. The Charger drive about to get going. Already enjoying a 2-score lead here late in the second quarter. Not a ton of time left. We'll see if they can work this at least into field goal range and try to get 3 to add on even more to their lead. Catch made here by Campbell. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now it's Herbert. He'll let this go deep for St. Brown. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Byron Murphy. And the Vikings are going to take over at their own 2-yard line.
They'll take over first and 10 at their own 2-yard line.
They'll start out on the ground. Jones. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps gets a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. They'll keep it on the ground again here. And he'll push forward here for a good little run as the clock continues to run. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. And they line up now for what will likely be the last play of the first half. The final shot before break. McCarthy. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. So the Chargers will start the second half with the lead and the football as we're underway in the third quarter. And we will not have a run back here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 20-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. As this offense takes the field to begin the opening drive of the second half, Charles, remember in that first half, good through the air and really all around an outstanding offensive performance.
Absolutely. They reached the end zone several times. The passing game working awfully well. Most importantly, partner,
when they went to the tunnel with a lead, they come back out with that lead.
Absolutely. NFL coaches, we know they're perfectionists in a lot of ways, but they had to like what they saw in that first half.
They'll check this one down to Hampton. There goes a gain of 4. And it's second down.
4 yards on the pickup. Second and 6. At the 47.
Out of the gun, Herbert. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. He's got the tight end. That's Gadsden. And he'll be stopped well short. Only 2 yards there. 4th and 3.
It's 4th down.
They snap it to Herbert. He's got his target. That's complete. And he's going to be taken down at about the 33. He was held without a catch in the first half, but he's got one here, and he also picks up a first down. A shotgun snap for Herbert. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. And it'll be a little shot of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's second down.
The gain of 7 brings up second and 3 at the 26-yard line.
A play fake, and now Herbert to throw. And Herbert, his 3rd interception. Picked off by Isaiah Rodgers. And the Vikings are going to get the football back at their own 17. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they just got a little help from their defense forcing the turnover. Now can they make that pay off in points?
They need to, partner. They're down on the scoreboard. You need to take advantage of those opportunities, and this is a good one right in front of them.
Now McCarthy. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bottling him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down. McCarthy, he'll set to throw it. Now he'll tuck this and run. And that's knocked away and incomplete.
I'm sure it was a tough halftime trying to figure out some strategy to get things going. Trailing by a lot when they went into the locker room. He's just trying every avenue to spark his team here to begin the third quarter. Not a lot going on that play, though.
They'll indeed go. Here's McCarthy. And it's going to be batted down with only other way to football. What a real head-scratcher there. And now possession will go over inside the 15-yard line. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
And to put it mildly, this is a tough spot defensively. They have to come right back out and defend their red zone. But how about that good first step towards forcing them to settle for at least 3 points? I think they're also thinking bigger right now. Imagine being able to stop them totally and change the momentum.
And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to third down. Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. Herbert now. They'll dump this off to Hampton, complete. And he probably should have been down earlier, but they do finally get to him 3 yards short of the line to gain. Oh, they're changing this at the line. Here we go on fourth. Herbert. Touchdown, Chargers. St. Brown, a 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Chargers take a chance, but they find pay dirt on fourth and goal. So another touchdown there, and even though we're still just here in the third quarter, kind of hard now to see them giving up this lead.
And this is just an offense that's imposing its will right now. You name it, they're able to do it. If you're the play caller, whatever you want to select is there. You want to run it, you want to throw it, pick a play, any play. They're rocking and rolling right now.
Chargers 29, Vikings 6. Campbell and Dicker to kick off for the Chargers.
Now after the Dicker field goal, he's back out ready to send it away. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. A good decision in the end to pull it and run, get some 9 yards in the first.
First down, Vikings.
On play action, now McCarthy. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the first.
It's pretty easy to overlook the fullback when you're making your assignments defensively in the pass coverage game, but in this case, they made him pay for that oversight and picks up a nice gain.
Here's McCarthy. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down.
It leads to second and 10.
Up the middle, Jones. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage.
It's a gain of a yard.
Now they'll automate with something else. Looking to throw McCarthy. Short throw caught by the tight end Oliver. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. Well, I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this third quarter as he'll go for it on fourth down. They'll go with Jones. Past the 20. Oh, some strong running. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Aaron Jones with his 6th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Vikings are able to cut into this deficit here in the final minute of the third.
The Vikings
They're going to keep it on the ground. And he is not going to get in here. So the decision to go for 2 does not pay off as they're unable to cut any further into their deficit.
12. Will Reichard to kick off.
Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away. And they'll have very good starting field position as he's up just shy of the 40.
The Chargers take over first and 10. At their
The
own
Charger
30-yard
drive
line.
about to get going. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the third quarter. Your 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense.
This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
Chargers, first down.
Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. And this is caught right along the sideline. What a job of keeping the toes in bounds there. Fourth quarter coming up here on Thursday night prime time. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now at SoFi Stadium in Inglewood. It's Charger football, and they've got the lead as well as we begin the fourth quarter. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. From the shotgun, here's Herbert. He's going to be sacked back at the 23-yard line. That one will set him back nearly 10 yards here on 1st down on the sack.
At the 23-yard line.
Here's Herbert. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up 3rd down.
And 19.
We'll see where they go for this play call. Obviously tough in this spot, backed up. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And this is caught. He's got it. Touchdown. Amon-Ra St. Brown with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Chargers look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead. Oh, and now they're going to fake it. And his throw is going to be incomplete.
I know they're not asking me, but I'll give you my opinion anyway. I think it's time to erase that play from the call sheet. I guess they figure with the big lead they can experiment a little bit. But all in all, just go ahead and put that play on ice.
And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And now last drive so successful with the ground game, ending in a touchdown. Do you stick with that, Gordon?
That would be the #1 thing you would think of. But so many guys now would look at it and say, we've got them set up so well for play action. Now's the time to take a shot.
Yeah.
But, you know, there was a big-time coach in the state of Ohio who once said, if you throw the ball, if you put it in the air, 3 things can happen, and 2 of them are bad. He would have kept it on the ground.
Out of the backfield, this is Aaron Jones. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up the 3rd down.
12 yards on the play. But it's 3rd down.
3rd down from the gun, McCarthy. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he will have the Vikings 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
1st down, Minnesota.
They'll send the tight end in motion. To the air with McCarthy. Looking for Addison again, and he's got him again. Just need a yard here. 2nd and long.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up 2nd and
Throwing again, McCarthy. That's down the field for Jefferson. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the 1st down. Moore, the man in motion. They'll try and run for it with Jones. And he will have the Vikings 1st down as they're able to convert on 3rd and short yardage with a gain of 4. Now they'll change things around before the snap.
1st down.
On play action, McCarthy. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Now a 2nd and 10.
He was covered by Dante Jackson.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And this throw incomplete. The defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to third down.
Incomplete. It's third down. And 10 yards to go.
McCarthy off the play fake. And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 25-yard line.
It's a gain of 25 yards. First down, Vikings.
Out of the shotgun, it's Jones. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. This one brought in by Jefferson. Sharp there with his feet, gets him a little extra space, and then drop just inside the 20.
Brings up third down.
On third down, here's Jones. And they work this near to 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. So another third down conversion, and now they've got a 1st and goal. Now Jones. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. 2nd and goal from the 1. Jones looking for a signal, but none forthcoming. They stopped him shy of the goal line. This likely a must-have. 3rd and goal. Working out of the gun is McCarthy. A check down here to Jones. Touchdown! Aaron Jones. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Vikings get a bit closer. Well, Charles, he's still a young signal caller in this league, 2nd year in the NFL. And I don't know if last year as a rookie, if he would have worked through his progressions like he did on that touchdown pass.
I think you're right about that. We're seeing him grow up right in front of our eyes because when he went to his primary read, he recognized that they were all over that. So he continued to survey the field, picked up another target, delivered a pass exactly where it needed to be. A very mature play for the 2nd-year quarterback.
Will Reichard to kick off for the Vikings.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. The Charger drive about to get going. So both of these teams, Charles, coming off touchdowns now, but this offense, they just had to stand on the sideline, watch their opponent author a really impressive drive to reach the end zone.
Yeah, and I think you're not telling.
And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off by Byron Murphy. And the Vikings are right back in this football game. They'll come up 1st and 10 here. From the shotgun, McCarthy. That is caught by Thielen. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. All 3 timeouts remain, but they've got to score quick. It's 1st and 10. Throwing is McCarthy. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Dante Jackson picks it. And the Chargers are going to take over once again, and they'll have it at their own 8-yard line.
Well, let's face it, Brandon, they're down here in the 2nd half. Want to try and make something happen, and if you're the guy with the ball in your hands, you're going to try even harder. Because I think all he was trying to do was to get outside the pocket and see if he can find a big play downfield.
With the late lead, Herbert's going to throw it. And he's taken down. Back in his own 7. He couldn't get rid of it. He winds up losing a yard. It's 2nd down.
At the 7-yard line.
Justin Herbert looking to pass. And oh my goodness, here's a 5th interception. Picked off by Lewis Cine. And his crew will take over the football at the 35-yard line. Here's 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. That is incomplete.
It's been a nice day for him as a passer and as a runner. One of the few mistakes he's made in this ball game. miss on that one. That one goes incomplete.
As he throws there, incomplete.
Back-to-back incompletions, but we know this is definitely four-down territory. Time not on their side. I don't think they want to try and get the first down in 2 installments. I think they got to go and get it right here, right now.
And that would be incomplete.
That means it's just one last chance left, and this has to be a first down or a touchdown, or this game's over.
Now the Vikings will send out the special teams crew here for a field goal try.
52-yard attempt.
And he put enough leg into it, but it's well off to the right and no good. And the deficit will hold at 15. Well, listen, now no kick from 50-plus is a gimme, but here you're indoors in a dome. You'd think ideal conditions.
Yeah, and it's one that he would expect himself to make, not just us expecting him to make it. Over the years, my theory is very simple. The athletic ability of kickers continues to get better and better. Check their backgrounds. They were all county, all state, at other positions, not just soccer players. These guys expect themselves to be great as well.
They're going to pass here with Herbert. Looking for Campbell downfield. And this one is incomplete.
That's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. That's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up. Converged on his man and broke the play up.
Back to throw here, Herbert. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. And he will have a Charger first down, and that should be the one that gets him to the finish line.
And the Chargers first down.
Now Herbert going to change the look.
First and 10 at the 39-yard line.
On first down, he'll drop the throw. Give him another one right back to Allen. And he gets it down a yard or two shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. Second and a couple.
Brings up second and 2.
Herbert throwing again. And my goodness, another interception. And the Vikings are in great shape here as they take over at their 46-yard line. This is first and 10.
At their own 46-yard line.
Now McCarthy. And that is incomplete. Stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go.
Jefferson, incomplete.
Here's second down.
Brings up second and 10.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that is going to officially draw the curtain on this one as the last throw intercepted. Dante Jackson picks it. So this one's over. It's in the win column for the LA Chargers. And they've got to feel good about this performance. I think you'd agree. Matched up against a top 5 defensive unit in the league, and they pretty much had their way.
Yeah, that was the interesting part about it because normally when we see this defense play, they have their opportunities, and they make their plays, don't they? They knock them back on their heels. They take the ball away. They change field position. In this case, what you said is so apt. They had their way with them, took it to them, and knocked them back on their heels and surprised the heck out of them.
So for the Chargers, they get a much-needed victory to get to 3-5 on the year. And they'll get a few extra days to get ready for next week where they take on the Tennessee Titans. Meanwhile, for the Vikings, the loss drops them back to 4-3 so far. And they'll look to get back on track next week as they travel up to Detroit to take on the Lions. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Cowards, then it's gonna be quick. Alright, all your men have been to jail before? Whoa. And all the motherfuckers you run with, get done with, dumb quick. You going post the dog or some bumps, alright? They go to click, now I'm 1-1. All over some dump. Ain't that something? It's remind me of club. 'Cause every time you come around, it's like, I just gotta get my. And I don't know who the you think you talking to, but I'm not him, right? Slim, so watch what you do, or you gon' find yourself next to someone else. And we all thought you loved yourself, but that couldn't have been the issue. Or maybe they just saying that now 'cause they miss you. Tried to diss you, that's why you laying on your back, looking at the roof of the church. Preacher telling the truth and it hurts. Y'all gon' make me lose my mind. Up in here, up in here. Y'all gon' make me go all out. Up in here, up in here. Y'all gon' make me act a fool. Up in here, up in here. Y'all gon' make me lose my cool. Up in here, up in here. Off the chain, I leave soft in the brain. Still want the fame, off the name. First of all, you ain't rap long enough to be with me. And you ain't strong enough. So whatever it is you they got you thinking that you Superman, I got the kryptonite. With my the mic, that's characters, not even good actors. What's gonna be the outcome? Let's add up all the factors. You act, you twisted, your girls are you broke, the kid ain't yours, and everybody know. Your own man say you stupid. You be like, so, I love my baby mother, I never let her go. I'm tired of weak whining over that don't belong to them. What's wrong with them? If it's up for real, like my mans in them, who get it all in the strength of their hands with them. Man, y'all gon' make me lose my mind. Up in here, up in here. Y'all gon' make me go all out. Up in here, up in here. Y'all gon' make me act a fool. Up in here, up in here. Y'all gon' make me lose my cool. Up in here, up in here. I bring down rings so heavy it hurts the head. No more talk. Put them in the stand. You keep walking. That you trying to end up. 'Cause if I end up fed, I end up. Cause you the soft type. What? Fake up north type. It's like a soft fight. Dog is a dog, blood thicker than water. We done been through the mud and we quicker to slaughter. The bigger the order, the more we run out. When up in there, everybody come out. When nobody burn out, sun in the sun out. I'ma keep out. Running his mouth, I'ma flung out. Listen, yo, it's about to be. You know who gon' find you? Some old man fishing. Grandma wishing you'll the best, but it's hard to digest with the sound of your chest.